tremendous good that each of you do in our community. It truly is tremendous. I was sitting here thinking, how blessed would our entire city and community be if there was a shepherd's breakfast in every corner of our community, and bringing people together and sharing with each other what resources and help is available in this community. It really is a tremendous opportunity, and I just thank you for always making me feel welcome here, for the friendships that I have here. Bishop Carroll and the lovely Faye, First Lady Faye, have been just so kind to me, and I appreciate that. And each of you here, my dear friend right there, yes, since the first day I came, we have been friends, and I just see so many wonderful people here. Thank you. Deacon Fulmer asked me to speak a little bit about what's happening in Las Vegas Justice Court, so I'll be brief. I hope it's interesting. In Las Vegas Justice Court, there are 16 judges, and we each have a department that we preside over. Think of 16 different courtrooms. Each of us have an assignment. 3 of us have a civil docket, which are cases where people are suing each other for money, up to $15,000. We have 3 judges that handle a tremendous caseload of civil cases. And then we have our chief judge, Cynthia Cruz, right now, and she has mostly administrative duties, but she also presides over our drug treatment court. The rest of us have some form of a criminal calendar docket. There are 2 of us, myself and Judge DeMonte, that preside over criminal domestic violence cases. That is all that we hear in our 2 courtrooms. And if you take a moment to think about that, each of us has, on average, about 70 cases a day, misdemeanors and felonies that are criminal domestic violence charges. It is a big and complex problem in our community. We have 1 judge that presides over all of the DUIs that come into Las Vegas Justice Court. And then the rest, we have 1 judge that has the initial appearance calendar where they are making a probable cause finding and setting bail in what we call lower level or initial appearance court. When people are arrested, they are brought before a judge within 24 hours to have that determination made. And that court is actually open 7 days a week with 2 calendars each day. Our elected judge, Judge Stabs, presides over that Monday through Thursday. We have hearing masters that handle those calendars on the weekends. And then there are 6 general criminal calendars that handle the rest of the cases. Every criminal case in our community starts in the justice courts. That's misdemeanors and felonies. The misdemeanors stay with us throughout their duration. Felonies are with us for the initial probable cause finding, bail determination, and then a preliminary hearing, or sometimes the district attorney will take the case to the grand jury, or sometimes the defendant will waive their right to the preliminary hearing. The case will go on to district court. So it's quite a varied caseload that we handle. And what I can tell you is that Las Vegas Justice Court, we genuinely care about this community. I'll tell you, when I was running in 2022 for this position, I was asked quite often, why are you running for justice court? Why aren't you running for district court? You have so much experience. And they wouldn't say it, but I'm kind of old. If you saw the other candidates I was running with, I was definitely on the older side. And my response to that, which is from my heart and absolutely true, is that I love the opportunity that we have in justice court to intervene in people's lives, hopefully when they're very first entering the system, so we can address the issues that are bringing people into the system, and hopefully they'll never ever come back if we can address those issues. And I feel like we have the best chance to do that in justice court before cases are going to the serious ones in district court. By the time someone's coming in on serious felony charges with a criminal history a mile long, unfortunately, we're often beyond the point of intervention, especially with where we're at in justice court. Those misdemeanor cases, the first-time offenders, we have opportunities to really intervene and help. To that end, our court has some specialty courts to address some of those issues I've mentioned. Judge Cruz provides over the drug treatment calendar court. We have Judge Letizia presides over our veterans treatment court, does an amazing job with our veterans. We have a newly minted mental health treatment court, which one of my colleagues, Judge Nadia Wood, I think a lot of you are familiar with her, she and Judge Goodman have made this come to pass, got them the grant funding they needed, and we were able to start that up just in February of this year. And it has been a tremendous resource for me as a judge presiding over the domestic violence calendar. There are a lot of complex issues involved there, but often it is mental health issues. So to be able to have an alternative to address those issues, along with getting the domestic violence counseling classes, helping people have better skills at dealing with conflicts in relationships and in the family, we're able to address those issues. And that is very rewarding, because a lot of what we see every day is really, really hard and sad. And you felt the sheriff's energy up here this morning. I had search warrant duty last year in July, and I'm telling you, there is something about the heat. I could not believe it. The phone rang off the hook 24/7, practically, that week last July. And the calls that were coming in and the serious crimes that were being committed, the people that were being harmed here in our city, it was a lot. And it's having that side of this job, we're human too, and it does take a toll. So having the opportunity to help people where we can, and see people go through the treatment programs, and to become clean and their addictions, and to see the families being reunited and strengthened, that is so rewarding. So I really find it to be a tremendous opportunity to serve in Las Vegas Justice Court. I have been told that we have the most voluminous caseload of all courts of limited jurisdiction in the country. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I'm confident we're up there if it's not true. We handle so many cases in Las Vegas Justice Court, and we have our challenges, and we're aware of those, and we're looking at those, and we're working on them. Yet a significant challenge has been the evictions. I'm sure you've all heard about that, going through COVID and all of the different orders from the governor, and working through all of that and helping people who've been displaced. It's quite something. It's pretty overwhelming, quite frankly, when you look at the number and the volume of cases that we're dealing with. We have our colleagues in the North Las Vegas Justice Court. I know several of you know Judge Harris and Judge Tyrell. They have been very successful in handling the evictions, and we're looking at what they're doing and seeing if we can't replicate that in what we're doing in Las Vegas Justice Court. So I acknowledge we have our challenges, and we're not going to always see eye to eye on everything, but I think all of us here 100% agree that we want what's best for our community. We love this city, we love this community, and we want to help people where we can. So I thank you for letting me be here today. I love to come every time I have the opportunity to be here. Thank you for what you're doing in our community, and I am here however I can be. Even if I'm not here every Wednesday that you have these lovely breakfasts, I will be here as often as I can, and I genuinely bring you the greetings of each of the judges. Whenever one of us says the other, oh, I'm going to Shepherd's breakfast, we're always like, oh, I wish I could go, because there's just such a spirit of warmth and friendship and community here that, we go to a lot of events all over this community, and they're wonderful events. And there is something very special about this one. So thank you for having me, and let me know how I can help. If I can, I'm here. And just again, thank you.
We also are excited because the primary again is over, but two of our top candidates that will be running in November is here for the City Council of Ward 5, and that's none other than Assemblywoman Sandra Armstrong. If you would stand and just wave your hand. And also Cameron C.H. Miller. They are the top candidates that will be running for this ward, Ward 5, in November. I also want to remind you guys, as you're going out the door, make sure you get Urban Voice. This is an awesome, awesome magazine. Awesome magazine. And of course, Joseph C. Abraham, the photographer, the the publisher, along with President Dr. Robert Bush. They are both doing a fantastic job, and they keep us abreast in this wonderful, wonderful, colorful magazine. So make sure, and it's absolutely free. That's a wonderful thing. It's absolutely free. So always make sure, and I think every time we have the Shepherd's Breakfast, there is always an edition that is available for each month. All right, we're going to keep going. Breakfast is almost ready. Infinity Hospice Care, Lamar Harris, if you are here, if you would come at this time. No, okay, he's not here. I'm going to ask, let me see where we are. Tatiana. Who's Tatiana? Come on, Tatiana. And of course, after her, we'll have Minister X. He will come, Brother X. And then following him would be Dr. Robert Bush of NAN.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? I know you guys are hungry, so I won't be long. Maybe that's what everybody sounds like. My name is Tatiana Easley Bailey. I am the youth president of National Action Network. Some of you guys I do know, some of you guys I don't. But I have been newly found president of National Action Network in developing our youth department. We have a youth talent showcase for Nevada. Not just the west side, not just the north side, but we have a youth talent showcase in July. We are putting it on, sponsored with Dr. Trisha Braxton, and it's sponsored by the Library District. Thank you, Kelvin, for everything. We will be doing it on Sunday, July 21st, 2024 at the Whitney Branch Library from 4 to 6. So some of you guys want to get your phones out, I'll repeat it again. Sunday, July 21st from 4 to 6 at the Whitney Ranch Library, and it is free. All we ask is you guys come out and just support these youth. We do a lot of things for the community, but showing up has been a thing that's not happening. As you guys have been talking about the breakfast, we want you guys to come out and support these youth, as well as getting the parents to come and bring the youth, because it's a whole household thing, and our youth are always having an issue with transportation. So come out. That's our big thing for the community is transportation, getting our youth. We always want to do stuff for the youth, but the biggest issue that we're struggling and seeing, people always want to ask how we can help, transportation. Because the parents, if they're not in it, they're not going to get up and go, and the kids will just stay at home and be on their phone. So I'm a big advocate for youth. I do this constantly, and I still see it going on. And so that's the thing for us. So if you guys see an issue, that's an issue that we're working on and looking for help and sponsorship for transportation. Also, with National Action Network, every last Wednesday of the month, we have legal nights. It is at Nevada Partners at 5:30. You guys come out if you guys have any issues with legal advice and need questions answered, or just need to know some information for yourself or someone else in your community. Come to Nevada Partners tonight, every last Wednesday at 5:30 to get your questions answered. I've seen the judges and people, I've seen some of you guys there. But I went and I've had an issue, and they do help and answer questions thoroughly. And if they can't answer that night, they get your number and they do follow up. So we offer that and help with that in the community. So again, July 21st, Sunday at Whitney Branch Library from 4 to 6. We will be at the library for our youth. So come out, support, and thank you guys.
In the name of God, who is the magnificent and most merciful, I greet you with the greeting of peace and paradise. That's some of the language that we spoke before a cruel and evil slave master kidnapped our people over 500 years ago and brought us to America to rob us of our name, our language, our God, our religion. It's amazing that black who have PhD, 10 degrees. What is your name? Johnny Brown. What is your name? Alex Porter. Alex is a Russian. It's Porter is French. You don't like a Russian or a French person? I don't think so. You know, we have problems. We know how to solve those problems. The crime rate. If you black people, intellectual, religious leaders, get with us. You know no one that we have of getting people off of drugs and alcohol and reforming them. Prostitutes, pimps, drug dealers, drug users. We do it all to those people. If you work with us, Reverend, within 3 to 5 years, that places line on money that came will be down to at least a third of what they have now employment. The envy are there because of black folks and Hispanic, just like black folks don't commit crime. The biggest criminal on planet Earth. And a lie, facts check me. Every statistic that you hear, they say I'm black being stopped for nothing. Stop the guy, change the time. What are you doing? What in the hell would you ask me? What am I doing? I'm changing my time. Now I'm having a bad day already. What am I going to tell you? I'm changing my time. Can I see your ID? Things are getting better. I know you think they are. Things are getting worse. The white race knows they're dying out. And they're angry. Listen, stop telling black folks we're just like white folks. We're not like white folks. I love black folks. I don't hate anybody else. I love my grandchildren. But I love my grandchildren more than I love yours. That makes sense? Now we got drugs going. Oh, I'm smoking weed now. You're not smoking the weed. You're just a sucker. The weed drugs are smoking. Old folks told you a long time ago with a cigarette. Fire one in, food another in. So please, get with us. I'm going to say it again. The church should be employment off. Every church in this community should have a bulletin board. And me, brother, son, you go over here. Get your job. Go there and get a job. Let's create our job. How do we have so many jobs under segregation and under integration we don't have any jobs in our community? This little city, from Bonanza to Lake Mead, from A to Highland, we had a grocery store. I worked in the 1960s. Been a living for my family. We had a shooter crowd shop here. We had a taxi cab coming here. We had one casino. The Brown Rabbit, it was kind of rocky. But it's owned by black folks. All I'm saying, I want black folks to be free. And you will never be free. Expect another man to free you. Don't you know, don't you understand? He who controls the diameter of your education controls the circumference of your thinking. Thank you, Superintendent, for having me here. I know you get some more back. I love you. Since the day I walked in this man's meeting, you always treat me like a brother. I love you, sir. Thank you. May God bless you. Let's celebrate him.
I don't know how I'm gonna come behind all that energy. Let me, hey everybody!
There you go.
All right. First and foremost, let me tell you thank you, Bishop. I'm so grateful to be given this opportunity every month to be able to share information about foster care. So I am Leah Chastain. I've been with the Department of Family Services since 1996. So I've been around a long time, okay? My journey didn't start in 1996 though. My journey started in 1985. How many of you guys is familiar with the concept, it takes a village to raise a child? How many believe that? That's where I come from. And the reason why I wanted to make that point today is because my foster mom was a single African-American woman who understood the power of it takes a village to raise a child. So I'm here on behalf of being the voice of foster children right here in Clark County. Any given day, it is almost 100 children on Child Haven campus. You know why they're on Child Haven campus? Because they have nowhere to go. And guess who is the highest race? African American children. Now Hispanic children is suffering because it's not enough Hispanic families as well. I say that to say, I'm gonna give you some clear picture of what it looks like for our children. In the 89106 zip code, almost 40 children are being removed on a monthly basis, right? Guess how many foster homes in the community? Somebody throw out a number. It's like 3, absolutely. I want you to understand the significance of the need we have for our African American children. Had not my foster mama, who was named Big Mama, remember the Big Mamas, the Medeas, who took in all the kids, who it didn't matter whether they was fostering or not. Yeah, I came in under the foster care system, but she was a woman who tried to look out for everybody's kids.
The church looked out for everybody's kids. The church straightened us up when mama wasn't around. So we got to get back to that village is our community. That village is Bishop said, come on, man, come to my church, share this information with my congregation. How many of you guys have invited me to come speak at your church? Because I'll show up. It's the little things. I have 6 ways. And we know everybody don't want to foster. But everybody can play a part in a role in how to support. We're talking about our children. Our children is our future. And it's people, you may hear the little psh, psh, psh. And Nehemiah spoke Sunday, and he said something very important. Don't be listening to what other people say about foster care. That may not be your story. If my foster mom would have bought into statistics about a 14-year-old with a baby, she wouldn't have took me because 5 other people said no. But I stand here today as Linda Sames, intercare with no credits in the 9th grade. I got a master's degree. I graduated on time with my senior class. And I say those things to get you to understand. Don't count foster children out. My foster mama had me on at the church Sunday morning, Sunday night, Monday night, Wednesday night, Friday night. And guess who she helped develop? She helped develop the young woman you see today. The woman who worked with the likes of people like Kevin Hart, Kimberly Elise. I can go on, and I'm not bragging. I need you to understand. You think my foster mom was like, oh, I'm going to take her because she's going to get a master's degree. Or I'm going to take her because she's going to do great things. No. She understood with God. Hear me when I say that. See, don't get caught up in what you think you know. It's about the power of God can help you do anything. And with God behind you and your congregation behind you, we got to get behind our kids. We got to get them kids off Child Haven campus because, Lord, Child Haven is amazing. But it's no place to raise children. That's what I want you guys to get to understand. So even if you don't want to take a child in your home, talk to your neighbor, talk to your coworker, I don't know, hang my flyers up. I hope my stuff don't get left on the tables because you're going to say, if I don't want it, I'm going to give it to somebody else. Because that's where it starts. It's those little steps that we can take that contribute to a bigger concern right here in our community. Foster care is we need you guys. If you don't hear nothing else, hear me say that part. Our foster children need you. Thank you. I go to Second Baptist, Speak Today congregation. I have so many churches that do support what we do, but we still have a great need. Thank you, Bishop. I want to say thank you. And I know everybody going to take my stuff off the table. Right?
I'm going to give you this in 1 second, Dr. Bush. I just want to make this announcement. All black men and all black men only forum supported by the State Democratic Party and Biden-Harris campaign. It will take place on July 24th. Please hold the date. You must RSVP. The flyer will come out soon, and it is a Zoom-only, easy, accessible platform. So look out for the flyer. Again, it's an all black men only forum supported by the State Democratic Party and the Biden-Harris campaign. Come on, Dr. Bush.
No justice, no justice, no justice. Listen, Ezekiel 3:17 says, Son of man, I've appointed you as a watchman to warn Israel. And today I stand before you as a watchman. We as civil rights organizations, we're watchmen, we're on the wall to hold people accountable. And so today I want to talk to you about a company and an individual in our community who is racist in the name of Don A.